So,
Uh,
so to say that he's gonna go and get 2 titles against Jerome Boots Ennis, Bernie, instead.
I mean,
He will fight when he
Brian,
only had
listen,
one
hold on,
title.
wait. That's what I'm saying. Mill City, listen,
Mm-hmm.
hold on. I understand, but
This is what Teal's
just
doing.
talking. I'm just talking. Uh, uh, T.O. is not gonna fight Boots. I don't believe that's gonna happen. And I feel like Brian Norman, like I'm saying, T.O. That's a good win for him, and it's an experience thing. Just being that T.O. been on this level type shit, but I don't think T.O. could beat him, and that's a good name. That's a good name going on his resume, and probably a good knockout going into the fight with Boots. I would say, but I mean, if they gonna fight now, I'm all for it too. If Boots and he gonna fight now, but like I say, if I'm Brian Norman, I'm enjoying my championship. I ain't gonna rush these guys. They and what I was telling somebody else, I say he the world champion. That's all he need is that's all he need to demand this money because they want that part. If they really want that, they want it. They gotta pay for it. I got something y'all really want. You just can't based off what I'm doing. I've been knocking motherfuckers out, and I'm the world champion. You can't just lowball me because you feel like man, nah. Ain't no easy ones over here. No. No, no, no. Pay me what I'm worth. Pay me what I want. Fuck it, what I think I'm worth. I'm worth too much. I'm priceless, motherfucker. Pay me what I want, and then you can get a shot at the title. Or I keep defending my title, making my name. Shit.
Now, Greg,
No.
why you think that Turkey don't want to give the bag to Norman to fight Boots, but want to do it with Teal?
First of all, I just want to say that was a beautiful speech by my brother Bernie, and also I want to let Brian Norman know that I'm also in support of him and his son on their trip to Tokyo or Japan, wherever they're going to be, and I want them to put that work in, come home with the victory.
Appreciate it.
As far as Turkey Al Sheikh, I don't think Turkey Al Sheikh is really speaking his true thoughts. I think he's listening to whoever's advising him through his boxing journey, and he's just repeating the things that he hears that make sense to him. I don't think he really understands the magnitude of these fights. I think he's just talking.
Mm-hmm,
Mm, yeah, I
mm-hmm,
hear it. I hear it. Shit.
mm-hmm.
So, why you guys think about Boots and Teofimo Lopez?
I think I
Boots
think
gonna kill him.
Kill
I
him?
think I think Teofimo, his total mission right now is to make money. I don't think he really want to fight Boots. I think he just, for him to get out of that trouble with his divorce, whatever he owe or whatever is expected to be paid every month, he's trying to make that money. And the only reason I'm saying that is because he said it his self out of his own mouth. I got to handle this divorce shit. So what that means to me is he owes some type of money, and he trying to make a great amount of money so that he can go ahead and get that done. You know what I mean? And which I can't be mad at him about. But as far as him being a 140 pounder, I think he should stay far away from 47. I don't think his a place that he should be. And it's great fights at 40, but I don't think they the kind of fights that people really want to see from him. So I think he's trying to aim at the big fish. I think but again, I think he's just talking.
Talking himself into a way into this fight that he's gonna possibly get.
Yeah, you can do that sometimes, but in some sense, it don't make sense because this is a fight you can get hurt. If he was to
Right.
fight Boots or if he was to fight Norman, he would get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not the kind of hurt where
Yes.
you lose a fight. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
hurt.
Take a
I'm talking
couple
about
years
hurt.
away from your career.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So you got to be
Mm-hmm.
careful in what you ask for, and then
Mm-hmm.
you asking for hungry fighters. It's not like you talking about
Mm-hmm.
fighters who've been making money for a long time and
Mm-hmm.
they comfortable. You talking
Mm-hmm.
about guys who are on the rise and
Mm-hmm.
they looking to make
Uh-huh.
statements. So I think he should stay away from them two fellas for sure.
Mm-hmm. They need to get his bitch ass out of there. I just seen somewhere old boy was trying to say that he said the word liquor. Fuck him.
Yeah.
No, beat his ass and get his ass out of there. And like you said, G, the fights he got good fights down there, but it's like the guys are not as popular enough for the one to see him in.
Hmm.
But I don't, and that's true. based on his win off Lomachenko, which he gonna live for that forever, and beat Josh Taylor. But them only Lomachenko was a big hot. Josh Taylor was good over there, but he wasn't huge over here. And what I want to say is this, man. Teofimo, get his ass out of there. Get that motherfucker out of here. He seemed like a veteran, and he seemed like he's such a veteran, and so that's why it seemed like to elevate him to fight a guy like Boots, or he feel like to get that big money. Man, get his ass out of here. I wish somebody beat his motherfucking ass. I don't give a fuck who beat his ass. Just beat his ass.
Because while they interviewing Eddie Hearn, Eddie Hearn's talking about saying that 54 for Boots is like right around the corner as well. So it's like now we have Teofimo Lopez kind of occupying things. And obviously we all wanted Norman and Boots as well. You,
I think
you know,
I think
I told
Tio.
has
you, ain't
Boots
nobody
really
beat
fought
Boots.
the best guy at 147 pounds, or does he, fight Teofimo Lopez and then move up? You know,
Wait,
I think
wait, say it
Teofimo.
again.
I think
because
Teofimo.
I know, Bernie, you believe that Norman is the guy that Boots needs to fight at 47.
I
A lot of people were
think
saying
that's the,
Stan Jonas was the guy.
no, no, I think that's the fight now. I think Brian Norman and Boots is the big fight at 147. I think that's the big fight at 147. But like I say, I wouldn't be mad if Boots went in for Barrios or Norman for Barrios, any of them things. But that's the fight. Boots and Brian Norman. That's gonna be the banger. That's the one right there. I can't wait to see that
I
shit. That shit
agree.
gonna be good. But I would like to see either one of them beat the fuck out of Tio ASAP.
Hmm
I think Tio should just really just go after Devin Haney. I think that's a good fight for him. I think he just it's starting to look a little cartoonish or more like wrestling when you talking about fighting these type of 47 pounders and you struggling with the 40 pounders. You know what I mean? So I think to play it safe, fight a guy like Devin. Why? Because Devin has a huge name in boxing and he
Yeah,
has a pretty good name in boxing. And also
yeah,
it makes more sense, you know what I mean, physically.
yeah,
But and
yeah,
he's still gonna make some good money. But talking
yes,
about fighting Norman and Boots, nah, nah.
yes. And his bitch ass fuck Tio. I swear to God. Fuck.
Mhm.
They just saying any fucking things. Just get his ass. Man, like you say, Devin, that'll be a good fight. At least Devin be fighting for the true title at 140. And yeah, that'll be about right. There you go, right there. That's a
So,
perfect fight. Not Rolly for Devin or not Ryan Garcia or no more. Fuck all that. Fight Tio. Y'all both
Mhm.
won. Y'all both world champions or whatever. Let's go.
Mhm.
That's a perfect fight right there. That's a perfect fight right there.
so,
Good assessment.
so what's Tio's narrative? He couldn't get Crawford, so he ended up getting Boots.
Fuck his narrative. Mill City, we ain't talking about that shit. We on here with real motherfuckers now. I told you
Yeah.
that. We ain't even gonna play them type of games over here. We on real shit. We ain't playing no games over here. We
So,
all real. Everybody on the panel
so
real.
if he gets stopped, right? Was he still got a title at 40? He right? He still got a title at 40 if he gets stopped at. His name. Does it catapult? Obviously, it goes by the performance if he does anything good in there. But I mean, what you think?
Pops, what you think? What you think?
Hey man, I'm just here for the ride, man.
Tim,
I'm waiting for
hey,
what's
his
here. Listen,
what?
listen. I know Tio play games. He talk a lot of bullshit. I'm just waiting for what's real. I don't know what's real and what's fake no more. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm just waiting for what's real. So whatever real, we can deal with it. And at that time, I think right now Tio might just be fucking running his mouth for recognition like same thing Ryan did. You know how Ryan was playing crazy because he was playing crazy. He might have got swept into this shit a little bit. And I think T.O. just taking the same play out that book. That's all.
Yep.
Or he
Yeah,
ends
but
up
but the
fighting
the
John
racial
Ennis and
thing is
takes that
just
fight away from your son and moves up to 54. Possibilities.
Possibly.
Possibilities. Listening to Eddie Hearn is what I'm looking at.
look. Hold on. Listen. Ain't nobody taking nothing away from Brian Norman. Brian Norman, the world champion.
Hmm
Fuck all that. Fuck them motherfuckers, man. Fuck them up. Ain't nobody taking nothing. I'm Brad Norman, man. I'm not, listen, man, just like with Bud with Spence. If the nigga don't fight me, fuck it. He don't fight me. I'm not going to base everything off this motherfucker. Fuck that motherfucker, man. Listen, man, listen. If he don't fight, if the fight don't happen, don't happen. If Boots is who he say he is, that's the fight he should be targeting. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Fuck all that. If you a champion and you trying to make your way, that's the fight that should be happening. Now, if like I said, that's the only way. That's the only way. If Boots know that not fighting Teofimo, that's a good money fight. I'm not knocking that. That's a good money fight if they gonna pay for that, and he gonna go over there and beat his ass, whether in Riyadh, wherever. That's good. But before he leave the division, he gotta fight Brian Norman. That's it. That's it. So if he gotta fight Brian Norman, that's the only thing. So Boost, and it's a good thing now is because that makes it even better because Brian Norman been looking good. So now the fight's shaping up. Just like I was saying, these guys is growing their profiles. Boots, he looked good against Stanios and Vila, but he's not looking as good as he was. But his name is still ringing. Brian Norman, everybody was down on Brian Norman, including me. But look, he knocking motherfuckers out. He looking spectacular. So they growing. Their profiles is growing, and that's a fight that's a fight that gotta happen before Boots go up to 54. They gotta happen. Because at the same time, I feel like he got the ring belt. They steered him to the ring belt, which is a prestigious type thing, and they did him that. But I think Stanionis, fuck no, I knew that motherfucker was dead in the water. He gonna go fucking with no Boots. I never believed in Stanionis. I never seen him do nothing that was spectacular or nothing. Everybody was hyping him up. He only had 15 fights. I told you this shit already, Mill. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, if Brian Norman, if you want to be undisputed, because that's what everybody was saying, he got to fight Brian Norman. And Brian Norman, I think, is the stiffest test, even though Mario Barnes ain't bad. But I got Brian Norman as the stiffest test. True story. And I done told you this before already on my show and your show.
What's your thoughts, Greggy?
I think everything he's saying is accurate. You know what I mean? If Boots going to stay at 47, that's the fight we want to see for sure. That is the best fight at 47 right now. This is just what happens with boxers, the change of the guards. You know what I'm saying? These dudes gotta, you know what I mean, step up to the plate. Like he said, they building their resumes and all of that. And to be fair, if you look back in boxing history, all the great fighters we talk about, they had fights in between the big fights. You know what I'm saying? And they fought a bunch of guys. I just would like to see the sport go back to that, where these guys is active and they making money, but they doing their thing. They going in there and rumbling.
Mm-hmm.
And do I think the fight should happen? Yeah, I think it should happen. Do we want it to happen? Yeah, we want that fight. It's enough steam behind it. The thing is, though, we don't know how long Boots is going to stay at 47. You know what I mean? Nobody knows.
See, we've been hearing that. We've been hearing that. You see, Senior, this is why I asked that question.
I
And you
mean,
keep telling me he's not that big. He's not that big.
not. I mean, no,
Everybody's
no.
saying it.
But out of his mouth, you got to go for what he said out of his mouth. That's all I'm saying. We can't have a man saying I make 47 easy. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then we gonna say nah, he too big. Like that man know his body. He know his body. He know what he can and can't do.
And listen to this though too, because he did say it. But listen, if
But this
I'm
I need
Brian,
to
listen,
move up after Karen's
every
too.
but
Maybe
everybody,
move
this
up.
is what this is
Mate,
the
I was
thing
gonna
too.
say
Though, at the
maybe.
end of the
Yeah,
day,
maybe.
because we all analysts and we all want what we want. But if I think it's individual at the same time. My own self, just like you, no one man don't what he don't eat make you shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, if Boots go, Brian Norman still the world champion. Fuck it, I'm gonna go be undisputed. Then I'm gonna rack them titles up because after Brian Norman, after Boots go, then Brian Norman gonna be the man. Brian Norman knocking motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else knocking motherfuckers out at welterweight. Brian Norman the hardest puncher at welterweight. So if Boots go up, Brian Norman is a shorter, smaller welterweight. He can make probably 47 good. He's still young as hell, 24 years old. He could still make himself go to 47. So he'd be undisputed. It ain't his fault. At the end of the day, he'd be undisputed. He can't say how a motherfucker ran away from him or didn't fight him or whatever happened. At the end of the day, he'd be undisputed. Brian Norman is the underdog of underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody have nothing set out for Brian Norman but him and Dad. So for him to be undisputed, shit, that's like going in a deal with no you know how them rappers do whatever they say, they got no deal, they made it out their own. That's exactly what he be doing. and all he can do is beat the motherfuckers in front of him. So shit. So either way, if I'm Brian Norman, I'm staying at 47. I know I can still make 47 comfortable. I'm going for undisputed, so ain't nobody gonna stop me. You feel me? If the champions don't want to fight me, I done gained the championship, and I had to go through so much to get the championship for real. Waiting to be the interim, fighting this guy, fighting that guy. Okay, so he done earned the championship. Hey, listen, if this guy don't want to fight me in the meantime, like a stay busy fight, then he don't want to fight me next. Knowing we on a time, what I'm gonna do? There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna keep being world champion and making my name. That's